Okay, so this is part two. My video cut off because I don't have that much memory on my phone. But anyways, like I was saying, um, Neil deGrasse Tyson and Michio Kaku have to be held accountable. They have to be held accountable for fucking lying. For fucking lying, because you don't lie about that shit, especially because that's the thing. You can intuitively deduce because bitch, that's like saying, oh no, teleportation exists and telepathy exists. That's what this nigga was pulling the other fucking day. Because I flat out told him, oh, you know, the US federal government blah blah has been talking about this blah blah blah, and he said, yeah, well, telepathy is real. He flat out just said that telepathy is real. But then he started to get mad at me when I started to say shapeshifting and teleportation is real and UFOs are real. He's like, no, but that's not real. He got mad. He started to get offended. Like I exposed something that I wasn't supposed to, like, it was offended. Like he was speaking in this tone as if like I offended his dignity. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Like he was just speaking to me in this tone, like this, like, how dare you? Like, how dare you state that teleportation is real after I just told you that telepathy is the only thing that's real? Do you understand? Like, he flat out spoke to me in this tone, like, of how dare you? Like, only telepathy is real, not teleportation and not none of all of that. Like, how dare you? What do you call it? That's the thing, like, some of y'all are insensitive to pain, and it's just obvious. But anyway, like, I just wanted to say about Neil deGrasse Tyson and what's his name, Michio Kaku, over here flat out lying, because they're over here fucking pulling this whole fucking, what do you call it? Pulling this whole fucking, like, Neil deGrasse Tyson was just talking, and he was all like, oh no, gravitons are something that are hypothetical and might not even be real. They might not even be real, so it might take a few hundred, maybe 1,000, maybe about 30,000 years before we discover how to manipulate gravity. So it's still a very long way to go. And it's just very long away, and maybe if we can succeed by achieving the correct Wi-Fi to find the correct Wi-Fi to be able to find the gravitons, and maybe someday we'll be able to manipulate artificial gravity. That's literally what fucking Neil deGrasse Tyson said on, I didn't say it verbatim, but that was in the same type of spirit that he was speaking in. Talking about, someday though, someday, we don't have all the answers now, but someday we will. Do you understand? Do you understand? Like I already mentioned, my mom is an everyday person, and she's over here teleporting. She is an everyday person, and she's over here, hold on. She out here fucking teleporting and shit. An everyday person. Do you understand what I'm talking about? So if my mom can do it, Neil deGrasse Tyson could definitely do it. Do you hear this shit? This shit is so fucking annoying. Like, cars like that should be illegal. That shit is so annoying. That shit is annoying. Like, what is even the point of that? Anyway, what do you call it? So anyway, my mom is an everyday person to be teleporting. So anyway, that song Misery Remember Me by Ladytron, like, I feel like that song is just flat out, it's like a troll song, because Helen Mirny can teleport. She knows how to use telepathy. She knows how to do all the supernatural stuff. Maybe that's why they make such great music. Ladytron, like, everyone in Ladytron knows how to do that. But like, it's like a troll song. Like, I posted a comment on Ladytron's YouTube Bitch, do you hear that shit? That shit is so fucking annoying. That shit is annoying. That shit is literally like half a mile away. And I can hear it over here. That's so fucking annoying. That shit is so fucking annoying. And unnecessary. It's so fucking cold outside to be fucking walking. Anyway, so that's what I'm saying. Like, I went on their YouTube and I left a comment and I was like, isn't this what somebody would sing if they were like in heaven and like they woke up in heaven and they could teleport, they knew all the drills, they knew telepathy, they know everything, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't necessarily say they know everything, because you can't really necessarily know everything in infinity, like in an infinite universe, but they know enough to get by. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, they know enough to get by to the point that it's satisfactory. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Because, I mean, the element of surprise is still a good thing, but there are no more surprises. Do you understand? Like, there are no more bad surprises. There are only good surprises. Do you understand what I'm talking about? What do you call it? Like, that's what I posted. I was like, isn't this the type of, like, wouldn't you ask that question when everything is good? Like, you're in heaven. Isn't that what somebody sings when they're in heaven and they like that comment? Isn't that what somebody sings when they're in heaven? Will misery remember me? Will misery remember me? And it's like a troll song because Ladytron is just flat out singing. They're like, hold on, let me look up the lyrics. And like, it's just like a troll song. Like, you know how Serge Tankian from System of a Down, he does that shit. Like, he'll be like kind of singing kind of like operatic, kind of like a bit of opera, a little bit, not completely opera, but a bit. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, like, I'm sorry, like, it's just flat out like. And then he tries to make it sound like it's serious, like with that Roomy song. He's like, my little baby, I love you. And then he's talking about, you move me. Oh my god, I can't. I fucking can't. That baby is not real. That's a CGI baby. That is a fucking CGI baby. Hold on. That is a CGI baby. That is not a real baby. But I posted that comment and then Ladytron liked it. So I'm like, I mean, if they were against it, because obviously Ladytron knows what dignity and prudence and inalienable rights are. So if they were violated by that comment, they wouldn't like it. They'd fucking come and they like protect themselves. You understand what I'm talking about? They would delete the comment, just for starters. They would delete the comment. If it came to that, they would delete the comment. They would screenshot it and then they would delete it because they would use that as information against me and be like, how fucking dare you? How dare you state that our song has absolutely nothing to do, or how dare you state that our song is something about heaven when really it's just, I mean, it's obvious. Who the hell sits there and says, will misery remember me? That's what you say in heaven when there's no more pain anymore. And you're asking yourself, like, I mean, like, now that I know enough, like, I know enough, everything's great. Everything is peaceful and blissful and happy. I just have one last question. Will misery remember me? Do you understand? Like, but that's a trolling song, because why would you ask that? Hold on. Why would you ask that unless you're trolling? Like, who the hell wants misery? Misery is pain. That shit is horrible. The fuck? No, I'm being serious. It's horrible. The only good thing that comes out of pain is the relief that you experience after it. That's literally it. That's literally it. That's literally it. Like it can confuse you into thinking. That's how bad pain is. It can confuse because the relief is so good that you might feel like you have to engage in more painful things and engage in painful things because the relief of it. Like, do you understand? It's like a confusing, paradoxical thing, but pain itself is not fucking good. Misery is not good. Hold on. No, like I'm telling you, the only thing that comes, I think the only reason why pain would ever exist to begin with is like so that you can understand what appreciation is. Like, do you understand what I mean? So that you truly understand what appreciation is and being grateful and thankful. Like that's literally it. That's the only reason why pain exists. Like other than that, there's no other reason. Like what the fuck is the point of pain? That shit hurts. It hurts. It's annoying. Hold on. Like, who the hell? That's why I'm saying this song is a troll song. It's a troll song. Like, they're flat out trolling. Because who the hell? Who's in heaven and they have one last question. They have one last question. Will misery remember me? And then she says, "There's a light, I can see it." In other words, like to insinuate that she know. Like, do you understand how that's a troll song? Like, she's like saying, like, my life is so good. I'm in heaven. Everything's so great. I can teleport. I can use telepathy. I'm safe. Do you understand? I'm completely safe. I'm not going to die. I'm around all of my loved ones. My loved ones. I don't have to suffer. Blah 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 blah. And but do you understand how that's trolling? Because she's saying there's a light, I can see it. Like, in other words, like she can tell, she can feel. Like, do you understand? She's like, do you understand like the light at the end of the tunnel? That's what everyone uses when they're in pain. Do you understand? Like they say, like that's hope. Do you understand? Until they reach heaven, you know, like I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Like I can see it. I still have hope. I will strive through this pain. I will reach that. I will reach it. I will reach it. But now, like, do you understand how that's trolling? Because she's like reached the light at the end of the tunnel. She's in heaven. Do you understand what I'm talking about? She's in heaven because that's the whole point. That's the whole metaphor of the tunnel. Like the tunnel is like confusion. It's darkness. Do you understand? It's like it's pain, it's darkness, it's ignorance. You don't even know why you're in the tunnel to begin with, but you know that there's a light at the end toward you know, like enlightenment. It's truth, it's clarity, telepathy, teleportation, clairvoyance, intuition. Do you understand? Stuff that the US fucking government already flat out said are phenomenon. So goodbye. Hold on. Like, do you understand? Like, if you didn't have life experience, you would take this song and be like, "What?" If you didn't even know that heaven is real, type shit. Like, because obviously it is. If teleportation is real and telepathy is real, obviously you can deduce that you can teleport atoms in you so that you can stay young forever. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Because just superficially, I'm not talking about the soul. I'm talking about the superficial aspect, like the atom aspect, like the body. You can, if you have teleportation and not telekinesis, psychokinesis, you can manipulate the atoms and shapeshift yourself. You can manipulate your DNA so that you don't die. Do you understand what I'm talking about? So anyway, that's technically heaven because literally in the Bible it states that you know, there's going to be eternal life and blah blah blah. And obviously, like, you can't teleport in hell. In hell you don't even have that freedom. Do you understand what I'm talking about? It's just suffering. Um, like the way the song is, like you would hear it and you would hear distant shores and misery. There's a light, I can see it. Will misery remember me? Remember me, remember me. And it sounds like when you listen to that song, it's a troll song. Like, do you understand? It's a troll song because she's flat out, like, she's singing as if she's sad when really she isn't. Do you understand? She's singing as if she's sad because like, it's so paradoxical. It's trolling. It's absurd. Like, she's flat out, like, crying while happy. Like, say, like this is my final question. Like, I'm not completely happy because I have all this pleasure. I have telepathy, I have teleportation, I'm in heaven, but I have one last question that's being unanswered. Will misery remember me? Like, will misery ever come back? Like, that's something that's been nagging me all of these years. Will misery come back? Will misery remember me? Do you understand? Like that? Do you understand how that's trolling? Kind of like how Serge Tankian is over here screaming, talking about when you whisper up to me in your life of tragedy. Because obviously Serge Tankian knows his way around. Like, he obviously knows what spirit, like, teleportation and telepathy is, because he's over here fucking screaming spirit run. Like, he has no fear. Do you understand? People that have fear are trying to avoid pain. Do you understand what I'm talking about? People that have fear are trying to avoid pain. Those are people that experience pain. He has an insensitivity to pain. When you have no fear, even if you theatrically act like you don't have fear, he's doing things that somebody who experiences pain wouldn't do so seamlessly and fluidly. Do you understand? So he doesn't experience fucking pain. He doesn't. I'm just saying. Same thing goes with Lady Gaga, Ladytron. Like, it's just obvious. Like, you're standing on a stage in front of people you don't know, and then you're just expressing yourself or singing for somebody else. Like, do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, you're doing it in front of all these people. Like, do you understand what I'm talking about? And you're not afraid that these people can potentially do something to harm you. So obviously you have an insensitivity to pain. People that are very cantankerous or very, very okay around other people that they don't know. Do you understand that they don't know? They have an insensitivity to pain, and they also know how to be telepathic, and they also know how to teleport. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, for example, like, people that are so fucking, like, not anxious at all on, like, getting on a plane. Do you understand what I'm talking about? They get on a plane and fly around like it's absolutely nothing. And, you know, they say, oh, it's impossible for a plane to fall out of the sky because blah, 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 blah. No, but I've come to the conclusion and realized that all of that shit is drama. Like, plane crashes are fucking drama, because the way planes are designed, I'm not stupid. I'm not fucking stupid, okay? I've been doing a lot of reading and a lot of studying, okay? And I've been reading a lot into the dictionary, and the dictionary is very accurate and very formal, and so is the thesaurus. So when I look up the word designed, for example, hold on, let me go on Word Hippo. Because Word Hippo is a great thesaurus. Like, Word Hippo actually gives you a lot of words that are very, as opposed to Merriam-Webster. I mean, Merriam-Webster gives good definitions. Word Hippo gives a lot of definitions for the same shit. But do you understand? Like, I want to say Word Hippo is more accurate than Merriam-Webster. Merriam-Webster is also accurate, but like, I'm just saying, like, Merriam-Webster doesn't have as much as Word Hippo. Like, Word Hippo flat out will flat out, like, you know, like, sometimes, like, the word avant-garde isn't, like, accurately described in the Merriam-Webster dictionary. In Word Hippo, they actually do describe it, because in the Merriam-Webster dictionary, they try to make it seem like it's just always good, but avant-garde can also be, like, everyone knows that avant-garde can also be, like, outrageous, like, completely, like, outlandish, like, you're out of line, like, you're offlandish, you're too much, you understand, you're doing too much. That can be avant-garde. But avant-garde can also be, like, outre, like, it's a bit, like, it doesn't always have to be bad, but it can also be used in, like, a negative connotation. Do you understand? Like you're calling somebody, like, an artist avant-garde, for example, because they're running around just eating shit 24/7. Do you understand what I'm talking about? And that's their performance art. Like, that would be avant-garde, because that's all they're doing, eating shit and then talking about the like, that's outre. Do you understand? That's like outre. That's fucking out there type shit. Like, I don't mean out there like out in space. No, I mean like it's out there like, bitch, you're not even in this fucking universe type shit. It makes no sense. You're over here eating shit and claiming that it's good for you. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Man, like, I forgot what I was gonna look up on Word Hippo, because I started thinking about avant-garde. No, but I was just talking about hold on. It'll come back to me. No, it's because I was just thinking about the whole avant-garde thing, but I'm talking about, like, for example, like, what Ladytron did, the Misery Remember Me song, like, that would be considered an avant-garde song, but not in a negative connotation. Do you understand? Like, not in a negative connotation. Like, they're not being foul about it. Do you understand? Like, Lady Gaga, for example, would be considered avant-garde whenever she had that woman throwing up on her on fucking in fucking, what do you call it, in South by Southwest. Like, that would be considered avant-garde, but in the foul way. Do you understand? Because that bitch was that was nasty. Like, bitch, she didn't even pick. Like, do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, I'm not saying people can't be modified when it comes to theater. And do you understand? Like, modified, because you can deliver great theater. And she did do that. Like, Lady Gaga did do that. Sorry. And I know Lady Gaga, and that's another thing about telepathy and spirituality. Because Lady Gaga played Ladytron during the whole, and that song, like, Ladytron is like an LGBT fucking, like, iconic thing. Do you understand? Like, they're fucking iconic type shit. Like, this is like icon shit. Do you understand? Like, underground, like, icon LGBT shit. Like, do you understand? Like, there are people that everyone in the LGBT knows, but they don't play as much as they play, like, Kesha or Britney Spears or Lady Gaga. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, if anything, like, Ladytron is more like classical music for the LGBT community. Do you understand what I'm talking about? And Lady Gaga is like verging on classical and appreciates the classics. Do you understand? She appreciates the classics and plays them, because she did play Ladytron in Gaga Vision. And I was like, that's good. That's good, because that's like, those songs are good. Ladytron releases, like, I swear to God, like, they release, like, classics. Do you understand? They release classics like I am who am I? Jonah Lee. She releases classics for the LGBT. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Classics for the LGBT. Like, Lady Gaga is like verging. Do you understand? Like, she releases classics, but at the same time she fucks it up. Do you understand what I'm talking about? She fucks it up, and deliberately. Do you understand? Kesha is just flat out fucked up. 24/7. Kesha is fucked up. Like, they're like the main people of the LGBT that the LGBT is like worshiping. They're usually like a lot of fucked up people. Like Kesha, Britney Spears. I mean, Britney Spears has released classics, but she's fucked it up so bad, so fucking bad. Paris Hilton only has one album, and they treat this bitch is beyond fucked up. Like, she's just been running around with I'm an heiress. That's it. Like, she's not even that talented, but I mean, her album was pretty good, but it gives off vibes of like, I didn't even record it. Like, another woman that isn't even me walked into the studio and recorded it for me. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, the LGBT has icons, and the icons are usually like extremely avant-garde. Like, I'm just saying, like, but I'm not saying necessarily in a bad way. But I mean, like, it's kind of fucked up, but at the same time, like, Demi Lovato is like another like LGBT icon. And I feel like she recently like gained that title of LGBT icon, because before she was just like Disney superstar. And like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, Disney starts off as straight and heterosexual, and then eventually like they grow up, and then they're like, oh, well, I was gay all along, and I'm like non-binary now. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Or I was a bisexual all along, or a lesbian. Like JoJo Siwa. Like, JoJo Siwa was like one of those, like, you ain't an LGBT icon now, but now she suddenly is, because now she's a lesbian. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, she started off as like heterosexual Disney shit that you don't really fuck with, because it's like, That's Disney shit. You know what I'm talking about? That's child shit. And then they suddenly become adults and they're like, oh, I was a lesbian all along. Now I'm a dyke. Now I'm a femdyke. Do you understand what I'm talking about? And then they engage in the absurd theater like Miley Cyrus. Miley fucking Cyrus isn't she a bisexual? Like now they engage, like, do you understand? They engage once they reach adulthood, they engage in absurd avant-garde fucking theater. Because there are like different types of theater. Like Medea, I mean, I wouldn't consider Medea completely avant-garde, but it's like it's about to get there. Do you it's I mean, no, it is there. It is there. Never mind. It is there, but it's like very toned down. I mean, like it's just obviously a whole ass fucking man dressed in drag, acting like a fucking black ass fucking southern ass like great grandma from fucking like southern Mississippi. Do you understand? Or northern Mississippi, wherever, Alabama, East. You can't go too west. You can't go too west. Like we're talking about eastern Louisiana, eastern northern Louisiana, southern Arkansas. Because they try to paint like Arkansas is just all white people. No, there are a whole bunch of black people in Arkansas. Southern Arkansas, all of Alabama, all of Mississippi, and northwestern Florida. Because you start going too east and too south, like those grandmas, like, do you understand? In Georgia, definitely Georgia. But I wouldn't go too east as Atlanta. But there's a sprinkle here and there of those types of black women, like in southern, like Tennessee, like southern, like, you know, it's like mainly around, Mississippi and Alabama. Do you understand? Like mainly in those areas. Do you understand what I'm talking about? You'll find them in country areas, like, you know, like eastern Texas, like country areas. Do you understand? Or suburb verging on country areas. Like you're not gonna find Medeas in cities unless they're going to the DMV or like visit their like grandson. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Or they're flying out. Do you understand? They're flying to like San Francisco to like go visit their grandson. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, but do you understand? Like, it's like verging on avant-garde. Do you understand? And then there's straight people who enjoy that shit. Like Oprah Winfrey and Gayle King. Those are straight people that enjoy that fucking absurd shit. So I'm just saying, like, Ladytron is like, they're avant-garde, but they're not like foul avant-garde. Like Lady Gaga has reached those, like she's reached that point. Like during that South by South, like that's the only time I can think about, and also simultaneously she pulls some foul shit that I don't even want to get into because it's just foul. But the whole that girl vomiting on her, because I swear to God, like it literally looked like she went to Coachella and picked some basic ass influencer, some influencer fucking basic bitch with like 200,000 followers, 50,000, not even 200,000. I'd put shit at like 50,000, 50 or 60 or 70,000 around there, not 200,000. That's pushing it. 50, 60,000, 70,000 followers on Instagram, 5,000 followers on on Facebook, maybe like like 6,000 followers on YouTube. Like these people have the most followings on Instagram, and she doesn't have a Snapchat. Like I don't know, those are the vibes that girl was giving off. And it looked like she picked some bitch out of Coachella, basic white influencer bitch that posts like fucking not even law of attraction, like just fucking like those like quotes that just make no fucking sense, like quotes and like stupid shit on Instagram. And then she's like, hey, do you want to throw up on me on South by Southwest? It wasn't even metal, bitch. Like that shit wasn't even heavy metal. That shit was just foul. Do you understand? That was just foul. That was foul. That was straight up foul. But it's avant-garde. In the sense of like, bitch, you went out there. Like, bitch, you crossed the fucking line. You crossed the line because that was nasty. And that looked gross. I mean, the whole, that image, like, it's called, like, it's by Show Studio, The Exorcist. It was one of those interludes of Lady Gaga. And the first one, that's what I'm saying. Like, she be doing shit that sounds really fucking good, and then she fucks it the fuck up. Like, for example, this Chromatica tour has been so bad. Like, it's just bad. Do you understand? And then all these people in the audience, like, they're just nasty gays. Like, do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, the audience is even nasty. Do you understand? Like, I've seen the audiences during this Chromatica tour, and bitch, like, y'all look like y'all dressed for a fucking pride parade, dude. I'm sorry, but, like, pride parades are kind of foul. Like, I'm not being sorry or anything. I'm not being sorry. Like, y'all are kind of foul. I have never shown up at a fucking pride parade flat out in my fucking underwear, dude. Never. Ever, 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 ever. And it's not a matter of, like, oh, I hate my body, because there'll be all types of people with all types of fucking bodies showing up fucking naked, practically, at pride parades. Actually, at this point, I feel like it would be more decent and less foul if y'all showed up naked. Because y'all will be wearing fucking clothes at pride parades that are just, like, foul clothes. Like, I swear, y'all don't even wear, like, regular Speedos. Like, I've seen guys running around with fucking, like Speedos with, like, there are, like, words on the back, like, imprinted on their asses, and it says, like, I eat ass, or blah blah blah, or like, my pussy's tight, or fuck this hole, or little slut, and stupid bitch, and dumb ass whore, and trash whore, and dick sucker, I suck cocks, blah blah blah, like, just running around. And I'm like, bitch, like, I mean, it's obvious that you suck cock, but why do you have to fucking, do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, y'all are making it foul. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, pride parades are supposed to be, like, protests more than anything. Do you understand? And once gay marriage gets legalized, and then we get equal rights, you stop the pride parades. Do you understand? And you go back to normal. Do you understand? Because those pride parades are foul. They're fucking foul, dude. They're foul. I'm just saying, they're fucking foul, dude. Like, they're foul. Like, the Chromatica tour recently, like, has been, like, dude, I don't know how to fucking describe it. Like, give me 1 second. I want to show you, like, the type of people that I'm talking about. Like, hold on. They're foul. They're fucking foul, dude. Like, y'all don't even, and then y'all want to use this excuse like, oh, it's summertime, so we can go naked. No, bitch. Everyone in summertime, bitch, wear shorts. And I'm not talking about booty shorts where your asshole is showing. I'm talking about shorts. Decent shorts. Do you understand? Decent shorts. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Decent clothes. Y'all show up looking a hot ass fucking mess. Like, these are the type of people that I'm talking about, dude. These are the type of people that I'm talking about. Like, they dress up like this, and they look foul as fuck. Like, these aren't decent clothes, dude. These aren't decent clothes. Or guess what? Anna Wintour, because these are all women. And yes, like, I mean, like, I wouldn't even know. I'd say the gay guys are a lot more foul than the fucking lesbians when it comes to fucking pride parades. I'm being serious. I am being 100% honest. I don't see, generally, I don't really see lesbians dressing foul like this at pride parades, because usually, you know, like, I'll see them, like, lesbians are, like, a lot more decent at pride parades. I only saw one time. There was a bisexual woman that got fucking naked, and that was it. That was the only fucking time, and clearly that bitch was being outrageous because nobody else was naked. But she was going over the top. Like, she had a huge fucking suction cup dildo, and she went right in the fucking middle of fucking Whataburger and just, bam, like, smash it on the table. Like, do you understand what I'm talking about? But, like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, these are the type of people that are showing up at that Chromatica parade. And the not Chromatica parade, Chromatica festival, whatever, Chromatica concert. Like, it just looks gross. And the gay guys are gross. Like, the women are gross. Like, dude, like, I swear to God, like, and y'all look sweaty as fuck. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, y'all literally, like, do gross shit. Like, I don't know how to describe it. You think you look cute because you dyed your hair purple, or your hair fucking blue, or you think you're making a statement, but it's like, bitch, you look gross. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, there is a way to dye your hair or bleach your hair and not look gross. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, y'all show up looking sloppy. Y'all show up looking sloppy, and then y'all are all out in camera, all fucking happy about it, dude. It's gross. Like, and then you're trying to make it seem like you're high fashion, and you have like, no, bitch, you're that's not high fashion. Or what do you call it? Anna Wintour would put this on the cover of Vogue. Do you understand what I'm talking about? And the original Pride parades weren't foul like that. You can tell by those pictures. The people, I mean, they wore clothes that, might have been kind of like risque. I don't want to call it risque. I mean, they were wearing like short shorts and, but like shirts, but, they weren't wearing clothes that said like my pussy hole stretches, my pussy hole dilates. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, bitch, why are you wearing that? Do you understand? Like, what is the point of that? And talking about big time slut, cock, all this shit. It's like, bitch, no, that's foul. We're not here to fucking, like, we clearly know that you're a gay man and you suck dick. Like, why do you need to fucking use those words? Like, if anything, you should be a bit more decent and be like pro fellatio. Do you understand? Pro fellatio. Do you understand what I'm talking about? As opposed to like fucking my anus, my fucking protruding asshole is over here. Like, they literally, I'm telling you, they wear shirts like that. They will wear shirts that say stuff like that at Pride, or wear like Speedos that just flat out say like fuck me and addicted and nasty pig and all this shit. It's like, why are you associating being a homosexual with being nasty? Why are you associating being a like, do you understand how it's foul? You're using indecent words and appropriating them to be part of a fucking sexual orientation or a gender identity. Like, bitch, you understand what I'm talking about? Pride parades are foul, and those fucking those Chromatica people that are showing up at that Chromatica concert are fucking foul ass people, as opposed to the people that used to show up at Lady Gaga's earlier concerts. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, whenever it came to like the Fame Ball, the Monster Ball, Art Pop, bitch, that's where it started to go down. Bitch, hail to the fucking no. Art Pop is where it all fucking ended. The Fame Ball, the Monster Ball tour, and the Born This Way Ball, that's where all of it was okay. And then things started to fucking go way beyond fucking downhill. I mean, Art Pop was okay for me, but I'm like, no, bitch, now you crossed the fucking line, bitch. You crossed the fucking line. That's when I'm talking about avant-garde in the foul sense. Hold on. Because I'm talking about Misery Remember Me right now, but I know I went off course. But I'm just saying, like, Misery Remember Me. Like I said, Lady Gaga knows how to release good theater. She's done it before, but lately it's just been horrible. It's just been so bad. Oh my fucking God. Hold on. The thing with Ladytron has never, as far as I've seen, everything they've released has been very decent. Like, do you understand what I'm talking about? I have never experienced something from Ladytron that I'm just like, oh, hell to the fucking no. Hell to the no. These bitches are violating. They've crossed the fucking line. No, never, ever. I've never had that happen. Even with Jonah Lee, I who am I? Jonah Lee, the Swedish bitch. I don't want to call her a Swedish bitch. I just mean, like, she does have a song that I felt was like violating, but I can sense that she's not actually being serious about that. But anyway, the song is called John by I am, who am I, who am I, who I am, who I am, who am I, by, in other words, Jonah Lee, Yona Lee, otherwise known as Yona Lee, as in Jonah with an Ionna Lee, otherwise known as Jonah Lee, otherwise known as I am, who am I, who am I am, who I am, who am I? It took me a very long time to get that name together. I am, who am I? Hold on. I am, who am I? Is that? Yes, I am, I, who am I? That's literally the, like, do you understand? That's avant-garde. Do you understand? That's avant-garde. And she's singing songs that are just like very, very pure. Do you understand? Like her song, like they're avant-garde, but they're good avant-garde as opposed to foul. Do you understand? Like, what do you call it? Like the song Goods. Goods. What else? What other song? Goods, Kill. Like, they're good songs. Like, she's flat out stating, like, you know, like, let's cut this shit out. Like, let's cut the bullshit. Let's cut the evil. Let's cut the fighting. Let's cut all of that. And let's enjoy, you know, like, let's bring back the times where we had our smiles and laughter. She's saying, let's kill this. Let's kill. That's what Jonah Lee is saying. Hold on. It's avant-garde and it's good. It's good. And like, if you look at who am I? Like, you look at her products, this is good art. Do you understand what I'm talking about? This is good avant-garde art. Do you understand? Great. It's great. It's great. Like, you don't feel like it might, do you understand like what I'm talking about? Like, something may feel superficially like it's offensive, but when you actually analyze it, you realize it's not offensive. Because she does have that song, John, that's like I don't feel like it's offensive at all. Like, I don't feel like it's offensive. Because she's flat out saying, like, you hear her talking about, like, may the God of me protect, like, you know, it's like dignity stuff. It's like pro-prudent stuff. Like, she's practically, like, you obviously hear what she's saying. Like, you know, she's saying, may the God of me protect my soul. In other words, like, she's saying, like, I'm not completely sure, but simultaneously, like there's a God that supports me. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, her song Kill, she's saying all this commotion is not worth it. Come on, just give this a second coming, an age of dawning. An age is dawning with smiles and with all smiles and laughter. Come on, just kill this, demands and notions. All this commotion is not worth it. Come on, just give this a second coming, an age of dawning with all smiles and laughter. And I would compare like, they're kind of like in the same wavelength, Ladytron and Jonah Lee. They're not the same people, not the same bands. They create completely different music. But I'm saying, like, they're in the same wavelength, like of decency. Like, do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, they release like pure, like, not foul. It's not foul. Do you understand what I'm talking about? As opposed to Lady Gaga releases foul shit, dude. I mean, she's in between. I mean, even her name calls it out. Lady Gaga. Like, do you understand? A lady is a decent person, a pure, decent person. Do you understand? A good, benevolent person. But then she attaches Gaga, and it's just like, bitch, how does that even make sense? Like, it's like you're a paradox. You're a walking paradox. You're not just purity. You're just flat out a walking paradox. You're crazy. You're a crazy lady. How does that make sense? You can't be a crazy lady. You can be a crazy woman, but not a crazy lady, because ladies by definition are not crazy. They're decent women. They're decent women. They're good, benevolent women. You don't call a lady Gaga. You don't call a lady, you don't say, oh, that lady is all Gaga. That lady is Gaga. That lady is Gaga. You don't do that because it makes no sense. Unless she's being theatrical, then you can get away with being crazy. Do you understand? And that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, she can be a lady, but she's Gaga because her theater is all fucking crazy. And obviously it fucking is, because she be doing foul shit, dude. She be doing foul shit, like that fucking South by Southwest fucking thing. Like, that shit was so nasty. There's this video by Show Studio, like I mentioned earlier, it was an interlude, and she fucked it all up, dude. Like, I want her to release that great stuff because she does that. She will release great theater, then like 2 months later, without any notice whatsoever, she changes it all up and fucks it all up and makes it a fucking shit show. And then 2 months come by, and then she creates great theater again. Then 2 months go. It's like a cycle of nonsense. You understand what I'm talking about? She comes up with something good, and then comes up with something preposterous and shit and bad. Like, I'm saying, because that video where she's... Hold on, let me show you. Hold on. Because this is an example of like, it's decent. I mean, like, you might, like I mentioned earlier, like, superficially it might look like it's a violation, but once you analyze it, you realize no, it actually isn't, because it's good. It looks good. Number one, it looks good, and that's it. Hold on. Like, this is when she can get away with it. And this is what I'm talking about, dude. Like, she fucked it up. Like, dude, I'm telling you, she fucked it up. She had a song by Zombie, Tears in the Rain. That was great, dude. Like, it gave that, it was the essence of that video. It was the essence. Do you understand? That song fit perfectly with that fucking video, and then she fucked it up with this song that goes like, do you understand? Like, why? Why did you fuck it up? Why? It was supposed to be dark. It was supposed to be cryptic. It was supposed, like, being dark and cryptic and mysterious isn't necessarily bad. Do you understand? If anything, it opens you up for scrutiny. It makes people want to analyze you. And that doesn't, like, do you understand? You might be scrutinized, and at the end of the day, somebody finds a good person. Do you understand what I'm talking about? It's not bad. Do you understand? So, hold on. Bitch, I don't even want to play this song. Hell no, because this is bad. This song is bad. She fucked it all up. So hold on. So I just want to show you where it's decent. Like, okay, it looks foul, but it isn't. It actually isn't, because it looks good. Do you understand? There's obviously some CGI going on. Because there are two of her, right? Unless she's using obvious teleportation. And this is like a dummy of hers, and this is the real Stephanie. Do you understand? Like, do you understand how that's that's art? Like, that looks good. Do you understand? It looks good because just the way it is. Like, do you understand? You can just tell it looks good. But there's just like some disgust towards that. And if telepathy is real, telepathy's already real. Never mind. Teleportation, like, I mean, you see what I'm talking about? Like, it looks good. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, it looks good. Like, even if it's like violent, do you understand? Like, gory, like, it still looks good. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, it just looks good. But anyway, like, do you see what I'm talking about? Like, it looks good. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, it just looks good. It's artistic. But anyway, so the way she presented it at South by Southwest, like, now that shit was nasty. That shit was fucking nasty. Because this bitch is out here like all over her damn fucking, and you could see, like, it was just gross. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, it was just gross. Like, do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, you can clear the, you can, like, do you understand, like, good art? Like, okay, for example, like, hold on. Like, Ladytron, like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, they're not foul like that. Like, they haven't done anything like that that's foul like that. Do you understand? Like, they picked out, like, some Coachella basic bitch, didn't even dress her up appropriately. Like, do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, at least dress her up appropriately if she's gonna vomit on you. Do you understand? Like, make it look good. But that South by Southwest show was a fucking shit show. Like, I think she even, like, jumped in, like, shit. Like, didn't she, like, start rolling around in shit or mud or whatever? She looked a fucking mess. It looked gross. She was wearing, like, dreads and shit. It's like, bitch, that didn't even look cute. Bitch, she was looking a fucking mess. And then the bitch is trying to make it seem like, oh, that's just rave shit. Bitch, you can go to a rave and look cute. Do you understand? Bitch, you were looking foul and messy and nasty with millions of dollars in the bank. So, bitch, you had no excuse. You deliberately fucking went there and was nasty as fuck. You weren't doing it accidentally or just, like, spontaneously because you didn't have a fucking, like, you were stuck in a dilemma. You didn't fucking know better. No, bitch. You went out and deliberately went to South by Southwest looking a hot-ass fucking mess with those nasty-ass braids. Bitch, you couldn't even make the braids look good. The braids were all, not braids, the fucking dreads were all fucked the fuck up. Bitch, you looked a hot-ass fucking mess. You were a whole ass mess, and then it's like, I swear to God, like, it looked like shit, dude. It's like, it looked like she practically, like, called that bitch and told her, hey, I'll fly you out to Austin if you can vomit on me, and I'll give you, like, $100. And the bitch was like, okay, Gaga. and she like got on the plane and just went over there. Like, it looked messy as fuck, dude. It looked so fucking trashy. Do you understand what I'm talking about? It looks so trashy and deliberately fucking trashy and gross. That video that I just showed you, that interlude video, she fucked it up. Like, do you understand? She fucked it up and she flat out fucking went into this fucking bullshit. Like, let me, hold on. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me show you the original video. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me see what this is. Look, like this was great. It delivered. It was cryptic. It was mysterious. It was eerie. Do you know, it was kind of scary. It was scary. Like, do you understand? It was like scary, but not scary in a sense that you're just like, oh, no, but scary in a way that makes you curious. Do you understand what I'm talking about? It makes you curious, and it mystifies. Do you understand what I'm talking about? It's captivating. It was good. It was really fucking good. Do you understand? It was like kind of like it gave off like Universal Studio vibes. Do you understand? It gave off kind of like haunted house vibes. Like, do you understand what I'm talking about? It was like, it was good. Do you understand? It was scary. It was good. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Scary, eerie, creepy, mysterious, dark. Do you understand what I'm talking about? It's not necessarily bad. Not necessarily bad, because I mean, you can play Resident Evil, and Resident Evil is scary. Do you understand what I'm talking about? But this was like on a spiritual level scary. Like, this bitch has secrets type shit. Do you understand? Like dark secret, dark spiritual, supernatural secrets. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Hold on. Like, hold on. Does she vomit? Or is this stuck? Hold on. Hold on. Bitch, this ain't the fucking one. Hold the fuck up. I need to show you the one with, like, hold on. I think this is it. Oh no. Like, do you hear the difference? Do you understand? Like, bitch, you went, like, do you understand how you fuck it up? You keep it good. Like, do you understand? If anything, Ladytron has delivered good. Like, they've delivered, like, the whole, like, cryptic, eerie, mysterious aura. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, the avant-garde, eerie, mysterious, creepy. Like, they have stood their ground throughout all of these years. Do you understand? Throughout all of these years since I was 14 years old, and have kept that mysterious, eerie, creepy, I wouldn't call it creepy. It's not scary, but more like they have, like, you know, the whole, we have supernatural powers that are secrets. Do you understand? Like, we're witches type shit. Do you understand? They always kept that that aura about them. But now they flat out just gave themselves out. But they were never like bad witches, if you know what I mean. Like, they were always like, hold your dignity up witches. Do you understand? Like you might use your evil, but you'll definitely get justice. Do you understand? And you'll give good people they're deserving what they deserve. Do you understand what I'm talking about? They were never bad witches in the sense, like, what do you call it? Ladytron has never released any music that says, like, go kill that bitch because that bitch, I don't like her. I just don't like that bitch. I just don't like that bitch because that bitch is fucking 5'7" and I'm 5'9". Beat that hoe up. Hoe ass bitch. I don't give a fuck. That bitch is short. Beat that bitch. Beat that fucking bitch. Hoe ass trick. Hoe ass. Like, do you understand? Like, now that shit is funny. But I'm talking about like let's just say that they were like serious. And they just don't like shorter people. Like, do you understand? Like, stuff that's actually violating and foul. Like, that shit, they've never released anything like that. But they've definitely been, like, you know, like, cryptic. dark. Do you understand? Like, they're like telling you, it's like they're like messaging that they have supernatural powers that you like, it makes you curious. Do you understand what I'm talking about? What do you call it? Like, they have some type of supernatural powers that you have to study in order to get. Do you understand? Look, hold on. Like, do you understand? This is good. This is good. This is good theater. Like, hold on. This bitch. I want to be them. Shut up. Like, you get the vibes from that, it's good. And the vomit part comes up. Hold on. Like, hold on. Like, do you see, like, that's good. That's fucking good. Do you understand? Like, that's good. That's good. All of that, but do you understand, like, that song, that, not that song, but all of that is, like, soulful. Like, do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, there's, like, stuff that's, like, going on, you know, like, she's, like, talking, like, the song just itself, it, like, fits it, you know, like, the zombie Tears in the Rain, like, fits it. Like, it's, like, but now, looking at what I know now, I feel like that was Stephanie vomiting, because the whole act, the Lady Gaga act, she's a very foul, even though it's theatrical, that character, Lady Gaga, not Stephanie Germanotta, I'm talking about Lady Gaga, like the character, because, you know, sometimes Stephanie comes out of Lady Gaga, do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, you can hear Stephanie talking through Lady, like, do you understand what I'm talking about? But the character in general, Lady Gaga, is a foul character. Like, she's a very indecent person. Like, she's fucking indecent, dude. Like, she's very hypocritical. Lady Gaga, the theatrical person, is very indecent. She is very indecent. Like, she'll flat out speak about human, like, I just told you, she does good shit, but then she fucking does bad shit the next, like, 2 hours later. She's talking about human rights and respecting people, respecting your parents, love yourself and love your friends. Subway Kid, rejoice the truth, give yourself prudence. And then she's over here fucking over Perez Hilton. Like, do you understand? Perez, not Paris Hilton. Perez Hilton, and then upholding heiresses. Like, do you understand what I'm talking about? When Perez Hilton, if anything, Perez was like a deliverer of truth. Like, he just delivers truth. Do you understand? He's more of a journalist than anything. They call him like a gossip columnist, but it's just like gossipers, people that gossip. In essence, gossiping is journalism. Like, you're just telling people what the tea is. That's it. Now, Anna Oop is not a gossiper. Where people fuck up, like, y'all don't understand what gossip is. Gossip is telling other people, not necessarily somebody else's private business, but just like business in general. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Gossip isn't necessarily, oh, spilling secrets. Or not spilling secrets, but, you know, like spilling private shit. Like, oh, that bitch just had diarrhea 5 seconds ago. You can tell, actually, like, simultaneously, like, you can tell who's okay with it and who isn't. Because some people, you can tell who's a fucking private person and they don't want to have stuff like that about them released. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, because it's obvious just by the way you dress. Like, some people actually do want everything they fucking do out there. They're deliberately doing it. Do you understand what I'm talking about? So, like, yes, like, Perez Hilton is gossiping about people that want their business all over the fucking place. You understand what I'm talking about? They deliberately do that. They deliberately fucking do it. Like, it's not like Perez Hilton is talking about, like, I don't know, some private, you know, like some everyday citizen that like lives in like a fucking home in like, I don't know, like Massachusetts in some suburb, and he's just barging into their home and fucking talking about, oh, she took a shit at 2 p.m. and I took pictures of it. I took pictures of her taking a shit, and then she fed her dog here and there. And it's just some random everyday person. Do you understand what I'm talking about? He's not gossiping about those people. He's gossiping about Kesha. Kesha, Miley Cyrus, J-Lo, Britney Spears. Bitches that got their business all over the fucking place. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Bitches that shake their asses and their booty holes are the imprints of their anuses are showing because the thong is so tight in that fucking tight ass booty short fucking bullshit. Do you understand what I'm talking about? And they're shaking their asses to everyone. Like, do you understand? Those are the people that Perez Hilton is talking about. He's not talking about church-going great-grandma from Mississippi. Do you understand? No, he's talking about fucking Britney Spears, my pussy hole burns type shit. Do you understand? Type fucking people. Do you understand? He's like, he is gossiping about people that don't care about their business being out there, theatrical people that deliberately fucking do that. And then you have Stephanie fucking pulling that, I'm never gonna be your friend again because how dare you ask me a question like that? Bitch, goodbye. I'm done with that shit. But what I'm saying is, I had to speak about, like, good. I know I went off course, but I know I had to state that, like, Misery Remember Me by Ladytron has to be addressed in the same way Sex Dreams by Lady Gaga has to be addressed. But simultaneously, Sex Dreams is foul, dude. Like, she doesn't even go into, like, the good aspects of telepathy. She's just flat out talking about cheating. Do you understand? She's cheating in that fucking song. It's not even about, she's not even talking about telepathy saved my life because one, like, for example, like Anna Wintour, for example, by Azealia Banks, the song, not Anna Wintour herself. I'm talking about Anna Wintour, the song by Azealia Banks is like a good example of like good telepathy. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, it's like she's singing and she's saying, hold on. Girl, because I get emotional because that shit is like, it's like a good song. Like, that's a good song. That's a good song because she's... I'm just saying I get emotional because those songs are good songs. Like, they're not bad songs. They're not like evil songs. Do you understand? Like, Sex Dreams by Lady Gaga is an evil song. Do you understand what I'm talking about? That is an evil... Do you understand? Lady Gaga does foul shit. Like, at the end of the day, it's Stephanie Germanotta performing these acts. Do you understand? And she still has to be held accountable because, bitch, bad theater is bad theater. And, bitch, you've confused me in certain ways and have done indecent shit. So you have to be held accountable. You have to expose the real Stephanie Germanotta, the decent woman. Do you understand? The decent woman that's Stephanie Germanotta, not fucking Lady Gaga. This bullshit, because this shit has gone on too long. And bitch, like, I just gave you an example of good avant-garde theater. Do you understand? Good avant-garde theater that isn't foul. Do you understand? Like, Dixie D'Amelio is foul. Bitch, you're at that level. You're at the level of the D'Amelios. You understand what I'm talking about? The foul, straight acting theater. For example, Serge Tankian, he engages in straight acting theater that's decent. Do you understand what I'm talking about? As opposed to Bryce Hall and fucking Noah Beck and them nasty ass, like, do you understand QCP? Nasty ass, like, I wouldn't even, I'd say Bryce Hall and Logan Paul and Mike Majlak are in the realms of bad. In the realms of bad when it comes to straight acting theater, because there are different levels of decency and they mingle with other guys that are just as bad as they are, but they aren't as, hold on, they're not as bad as they are, but they're still in the realm of bad. Do you understand? Serge Tankian, when we want to talk about straight acting theater, Serge Tankian is an example of somebody who's carried it decently. Do you understand? Not in an offensive way. Do you understand what I'm talking about? It's not in an offensive way. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, it's not offensive. It's not like crossing the lines and violating. Now, Bryce Hall, Logan Paul, Mike Majlak, like, nah, nigga, y'all are violating in a way that's just like, it's just no, 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 no. No, 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 no. You have me disabling comments. You have me purposely ignoring what people are fucking saying because I know that I'm telling the truth, but I know that your replies are going to be foul. They're not going to be helpful or decent. The fucking people in, like I mentioned, Chromatica, the fucking audience is filled with some foul ass fucking people, okay? And Azealia Banks, like, I'm sorry, that Anna Wintour song was very decent, but she has released some other indecent songs. You understand? So that same audience that goes to the Chromatica fucking tour, do you understand the indecent people I was talking about earlier? Those people are in fucking Azealia Banks' fucking audience. Do you understand? And I don't know why, despite Ladytron being the most decent of them all, that same audience goes into Ladytron's motherfucking audience. And that's the reason why I refuse to see Ladytron. I will always listen to them from afar. I will never go and see them live. I will never go and see Azealia Banks live. I will never go and see Lady Gaga live because I refuse to associate. Same thing goes with System of a Down, bitch. I've already been to those concerts. They are indecent. They are not fun concerts. Y'all over here fighting each other in the concerts, pulling this dramatic, I'm better than you shit. Bitch, I have been to concerts before where people were treating each other with respect. The audience was. Do you understand? And they were treating the fucking people on stage with respect. Do you understand what I'm talking about? You go to those decent performances and you feel refreshed when you leave. You don't feel fucking violated. Do you understand what I'm talking about? You don't feel violated. And that's what I fucking feel whenever I've been to these heavy metal concerts. What do you call it? The same vibes I get them from the Lady Gaga concerts. Like, you just heard this bitch earlier in this fucking, and I'm gonna go with part 3 because I'm gonna keep on talking about decent concerts versus indecent concerts. Because assholes in these type of concerts, they try to make it seem like, oh, you just can't, it's because you're just not worth, like, they try to make you feel like you're below them because they're indecent. Do you understand what I'm talking about? They're foul. And I don't understand why those people, no, I'm being serious. Those same type of people go to fucking Ladytron concerts. The foul ass fucking people, indecent people. That's why I'll never see Ladytron live until, the audience changes, but I'll never see them live. I will never see Azealia Banks live. I will never go see her deliberately. And no, it's not because I'm poor or blah, blah, blah. I can see Azealia Banks if she shows up. I can go and make some money, buy some tickets, and go and see her. But I refuse to because it's a waste of time and money because of the fucking audience. The audience is indecent, dude. They're indecent. They're fucking indecent, dude. They're indecent. They're like nasty trolls, dude. They're nasty, like I just mentioned. They engage in foul avant-gardism. It doesn't matter if it's theatrical, it's still foul theater, dude. It's still bad theater. Y'all present this aura that there's no such thing as telepathy in those types of fucking concerts. Do you understand what I'm talking about? I'm just saying, like, Lady Gaga concerts are generally foul. Like, I probably would have gone to one of her early concerts, the Monster Ball, the Fame Ball. Born This Way would have been kind of pushing it. Born This Way definitely would have been pushing it, but I definitely would have gone to the Fame Ball, the Monster Ball. But Born This Way was pushing it. Art Rave, bitch, hell to the fucking no. Hell to the fucking no. That shit is just indecent. Chromatica, the Joanne tour, like, bitch, what the hell, dude? It's just indecent, bitch. You make, like, dude, I go to concerts where the fucking performers don't make you feel like they're gods. Like, they're fucking gods and above you. Do you understand what I'm talking about? They're above you, and you're below them, and you're fucking there to worship them. Do you understand? I don't like those fucking concerts. Do you understand? I don't like those concerts. I hate them. I fucking hate them. And that's essentially like, that's the essence of Lady Gaga concerts. Not Ladytron. Ladytron doesn't feel like, I would never go to a concert like, I know for a fact that Ladytron's concerts, you don't feel like there's a god on stage. Azealia Banks, not even completely, but maybe kind of sorta, but not completely. But I'm just saying, like, Ladytron, even Jeffree Star, like, I never went to go see Jeffree Star live, but I could have seen him live whenever he was performing. But it's like one of those concerts where he wouldn't have felt like he was a god. Do you understand? It would have just been like, oh no, that's a famous person. Do you understand? A lot of people know that person, but it's not a god. It's not God himself coming, like, it's not Jesus Christ. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Those are the vibes that you get from fucking Lady Gaga concerts. Like, this bitch is too good to be fucking true. Do you understand? She's too good to be true. She's not a human. She's better than everyone else. Do you understand? We're all worshiping her type shit. And I refuse to fucking bow down, bitch. I'm not gonna bow down to a bitch. Same thing goes with Beyonce, bitch. I ain't going to no damn fucking bullshit ass fucking Beyonce concert. Fuck that fucking stupid bitch. Beyonce is indecent. Beyonce is indecent. And do you understand? Like, I wouldn't even state that she's completely avant-garde. Like, she does make some good music, but she has said some foul. She does, like, her presence is very foul and indecent. Like, she tries to make it seem like she's just, like, the most beautiful black girl. Like, do you understand what I'm talking about? That shit is so indecent. Like, she tries to paint it like, I'm the most beautiful. This is what a black woman should look like. Like, she's just rude. I don't like that bitch. She's rude. She's fucking rude. She's indecent. She's indecent. Do you understand? Like, she tries to make it seem like, do you understand? I like black people that mingle with all types of people. Her theater is like, she mingles with all types of people, but simultaneously, she paints it as if she's just this black woman that's all about black power. And fuck all of you. Do you understand what I'm talking about? I don't like that shit. Never have and never will. Do you understand? I don't care if you're black and your type is other black people and you mingle with everyone else. But bitch, you're over here fucking painting it as if you, like, I'm telling you, the act is indecent, bitch. You're indecent. You are indecent. The fucking telephone shit, that's indecent. Telephone where you say to be continued and you don't even fucking release another one. I don't care if it was all CGI. I don't care. I don't care. Make another CGI. I've already seen AI at work. AI releases great fucking stuff. And they can capture, I can already tell, it captures the essence of the person. It captures the essence, the soul of an artist, and can replicate exactly as if that fucking artist created it. Do you understand what I'm talking about? So, do you understand what I'm talking about? So Lady Gaga, like, do you understand why AI is good? AI is good. They try to make it seem like it's all bad. No, but, like, it captures the essence of an artist. You understand? The artist would look at that and think, I would create that. That's me. Do you understand? That's me. How did the AI know that? It just knows it because the fucking universe is fucking, like, intricate and extremely fucking intricate and precise as fucking hell. Do you understand? It's intricate as fucking hell. It's extremely and infinitely intricate to the point that it can capture and replicate what the essence of a fucking artist. Do you understand? And everyone has the potential to create, not even the potential, everyone has that ability to create good theater, but everyone also has the ability to actually deliberately be bad and fucking annoying and violate. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Then you can be held accountable, but bitch, that only happens once you have teleportation, once you have telepathy, and you undeniably know that. Do you understand? Y'all bitches know that shit. Lady Gaga knows that shit. Beyonce knows that shit. Obviously, Logan Paul knows that shit. Obviously, Mike Majlak knows that shit. Obviously, Bryce Hall knows that shit. Obviously, all of these men know, these straight acting gay men, because they fucking engage in shit that's so violating. Do you understand? It's violating to any gay man that would ever even find them superficially attractive. Do you understand what I'm talking about? It's so fucking violating. That's why I'm saying, like, Serge Tankian obviously knows that telepathy is real. Obviously, because he screams it in his fucking song Science. He doesn't flat out say it. Kind of like how Lady Gaga doesn't flat out say it in Sex Dreams. When she says, but he's He's not insinuating, he's flat out stating that he knows, you know, kind of like how Ladytron releases that. Do you understand? Ladytron lets you know that they have supernatural abilities. Do you understand what I'm talking about? In a cryptic way, but it's simultaneously in like a in your face way. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Kind of like a medium or a witch. Serge Tankian does that with System of a Down when he do the whole System of a Down stuff, and he be singing that song Science. When he's saying science, like, even though it's kind of absurd, but the essence of that song, he's telling you, you know what he's telling you? He's telling you that there's something deeper than just simply atoms. Do you understand? That's just another way. Like, do you understand? You hear what Serge Tankian is saying in his music, and he is telling you something. There's something deep, like there's a message that you get from what he's telling you. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Even though he's using completely different words. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Do you understand what I'm talking about? Do you understand what I'm talking about? Kind of like reading in between the lines, you get what someone's saying despite them saying something completely different. That's intuition. Do you understand? That's intuitive. Do you understand? That song Science by System of a Down, where he's saying science has failed our Mother Earth. Spirit moves through all things. Spirit moves through all things. Like, what he's practically telling you is like, you know, like science, you know, like you know, that superficial aspect of knowledge is failing. Like, you know, it's what's failing reality, because spirit lies under, like, there's, in other words, there's something much deeper. There is something that runs much deeper than what's being superficially presented to you at this time. Do you understand? That's what I got from that fucking song. Do you understand? Do you understand? That's literally it. Hold on, I'm about to go to part 3 because this bullshit, I hate this fucking dumbass, bullshit ass fucking iPhone that I can't even have a terabyte in. Hold on.